All right, so we have some levels here we've got set up from the last video, and we're looking pretty good as far as corresponding now with our project. I'm going to skip on down to the elevations, and I'm going to rename the elevations. The east, north, south, and west elevations make a lot of sense when you know where your project is going. But when you don't necessarily know where your project is going, sometimes it makes more sense for us to identify the sides based on where's the front of the house, the right side, the left side, and the back. So I'm going to rename south so that it is listed as front. So south would be front. I'm going to right click on that, hit rename, and type with caps front. The east would be renamed to right. The west would be renamed to left. And the north would be renamed to rear or back, whatever you prefer. Okay? Then we can check that. So if we go to our first floor plan and I want to see whether or not I've got these in the right place, if you just put your cursor over those elevation symbols, they'll tell you what it is, what elevation it's associated with. So this is going to be the front elevation, this is going to be the right side, the back, and the left. So that looks good. Lastly, we're going to go down and edit our sheets. I'm going to have you create brand new custom sheets with our own title blocks, because when we open up an AutoCAD project, it puts in the Autodesk title block, and we don't want to do that. We want to use our own custom title block. So for now, I'm going to have you use a custom title block that I've created, and then you will learn how to create your own custom title block when we enter into the families section of the course curriculum. So to get rid of your sheets, you're going to highlight the first sheet all the way down to the last sheet. So that's basement plan through roof framing. Then once they're all highlighted, right click and hit delete. All right, so now we have absolutely no sheets. We're going to create a new one. So to create a new sheet, you right click on that sheet, click on new sheet, and then you're able to browse for the sheet size that you want. Now the two that are listed here are also Autodesk title blocks. So we're going to load the custom title block from the 220 file. Okay, so we're going to right click on the sheets and choose new sheet. There are the two new sheet, the Autodesk sheets. We're going to load, and the title block I want you to load can be found under the R drive. 220 families and title blocks. The one we're going to use for this project will be C24x18 horizontal AEDD 220 RFA. And when we hit OK, there's our first sheet. Notice that it says unnamed and it says E3. Well, that's just the default number and name that was given when the sheet was created. So I'm going to right click on that and rename it, and I'm going to name this 00, and then we'll call this cover sheet. Okay, so then you can see that the sheet number and the title of the sheet gets updated. I'm going to create another sheet, exactly the same steps, but notice this time around I don't have to load it again. It's here. And I'm going to rename that sheet 01 for now, and we'll call this first floor. So that's how you name sheets. Some of the other information that's in here, like issue date, author, owner, project name, can be controlled by the information we put into our project. So let's take a look at that right now. if you go to the Manage tab, you will see under the Settings section, there is Project Settings, Project Information. There it is. In that project information, you can type in the issue date here, owner, project name, project number, and so forth, and it will populate the sheet. So let's put in for project name, we'll put in residential project AEDD 220. For owner, you can make up an owner. You can put your own name in there if you want to. You can put up a pretend address, and we can add that to the title block if we wanted to. And when we're ready to submit things at certain times, when I say things are due, you can come in here and type in a new issue date, and that will populate. So let's put in, I'm going to put in the date of the day that I recorded this video. So it would be January 12th, 2016. And then I'll just hit OK, and you'll see that those things get added to the title block because they're associated with it. Author should be filled out by you, so you're going to double click on that to activate it and then type in your own name. So I'll be typing in mine, for example. Okay. And then down here, the scale will appear when we have an actual drawing attached to the sheet. I'm going to, when you get this title block, I'm going to update it so that you can see that where the scale, the drawn by, and the date is supposed to show up, even if you don't fill it out. And that way you might see a label in front of this when you do this. I might update that file. So that's how you set up sheets. So now we have a couple of sheets that we can work with. And in the next video, we're going to take a look at some of the other parameters that we have up here that we're going to want to change for our project.